Hey, what's up guys? Ryan here from ExtremeTerrain, and today I'm here with the RedRock 4x4 rocker guards fitting your 2018 and up two-door Wrangler JL. Now this is going to be for those of you Jeep owners that are off-roading enthusiasts and are looking for a very affordable option to provide some additional side protection to their off-roading rig. Maybe you're on a budget or you're just not trying to spend that much money, and luckily for you, RedRock's got you covered. RedRock makes a very affordable option to give you some added peace of mind when you're on those trails. Now, most of us as Jeep owners, we like to go off-roading, and while those moderate and light trails may not pose a threat to our vehicle, some of those harder trails, of course, can pose a threat. Now we lift our Jeeps, we throw larger tires on there, we get additional ground clearance, and of course, overall increasing the capability of our Jeeps. This allows us to tackle those harder trails, go further into the woods, and of course, go over those larger obstacles. One of the things that we normally overlook is going to be armor. One of the most vulnerable spots on your Wrangler is going to be that rocker panel and that pinch weld. If you happen to go over a rock and come down on that, that can do some serious damage to your Wrangler. Now the factory side steps and those ruby rails are going to provide basic protection. However, if you're looking for a little more protection, a little more peace of mind, I would suggest upgrading. RedRock offers a very affordable option at right around $180. Now these of course can range anywhere from do-it-yourself kits at $130 all the way up to over $400. So this is a very affordable option, give you some added peace of mind and some protection on those trails. Now these are mounted to the body. They're actually mounted in 2 points, so they're going to bolt directly to the pinch weld. They're also going to bolt underneath of the tub. This makes them a very strong point, and of course they're going to provide plenty of protection. These are a tubular design, and while they don't function so much as a step, they're definitely going to provide a ton of protection. They have a solid tube that runs all the way underneath of that pinch weld, and they extend out a little bit, which is going to give you some buffer, whether you're just blocking objects on the trails or if you're pushing away wayward shopping carts in a parking lot. Now, these are made of heavy-duty steel tubing and plating. They're fully welded up and they're coated in a texture black powder coating. It's not only going to add to that aggressive, rugged good looks of your Wrangler, but of course it's going to protect your investment from the elements, adding some additional corrosion protection. Now these are very easy to install. They bolt directly onto the Jeep utilizing factory mounting points, and they come with brand new hardware, so there's no drilling or modification required to get these things installed. Now these are going to provide a good amount of protection, and of course RedRock has a ton of other options that you can check out if you're looking for a different style or a little more protection. As far as installation goes, I'm going to give this a very easy 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, as you can get both of these installed in about an hour just using basic hand tools. Now with that being said, let's hop into our install. Tools that we use for this install: 13mm socket, 10mm socket, 10mm wrench, 1/4 inch drive ratchet, 3/8 drive ratchet. All right guys, before we kick off this installation, I want to just mention that if you do have factory side steps or those ruby rails, you're going to need to get those off. All that factory stuff is very easy to uninstall, just held on with some nuts and bolts, and you can use a 13mm and a 10mm to get that off. Once you get that off, you're ready to install these. Now, before we get these installed, as you can see, we have nothing here. We have nothing to uninstall. We're gonna hop right into the install, and I wanna show you exactly how these are gonna bolt on. Now, we have 2 mounting points. This front mounting point right here is gonna bolt directly to this pinch weld. We're gonna have this other bracket. We're actually gonna send a bolt up through the floor. So now you get brand new hardware to install these with, and you can see our backside, we're gonna have a little bit longer of a tail section. Like I said, we're starting with the driver's side. So I'm gonna go grab a creeper, grab some hardware and some tools, and we're gonna get this thing installed. All right, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna pick this up. Obviously the best way to do this is gonna be with the help of a friend, and these mounts are actually gonna go on the back side. So we're gonna place these on the back side, and we're gonna start with those bolts that go up through the floor. So we're gonna hold this up against our body, and we're gonna start with this hole going up through the floor. Now you're gonna use the largest bolt that they give you, and each one is going to get a lock washer up against the head of the bolt, and then a large flat washer. So we'll slide this up and under, and then we'll get that floor bolt started. Now as far as the pinch weld goes, we're going to use the skinnier bolts that they give us. We got a ton of flat washers, so each one's going to get a flat washer. We're going to go through the outside to the inside, then we'll get another flat washer, and then we'll do a nylon lock nut on those. So each mount's going to get 2 of them, and then we'll go up to the front and we'll get those other ones installed. So we'll get this last bolt in, and then we're gonna go ahead and tighten everything up. So to tighten these up, this bolt going up through the floor, we're gonna use a 13mm socket and these side bolts in the pinch weld. We're gonna use a 10mm socket and a 10mm wrench. I'm gonna start with the bolt going up through the floor. When you're tightening these up, you wanna make sure, since they do have a little bit of adjustability and play, that it's tight up against this pinch weld. So we're gonna pull it towards the outside of the vehicle. We're gonna tighten up this bolt. After that, we're gonna take our 10mm socket and our wrench, and we're gonna tighten the rest of this stuff up. All right guys, so now we have this side completely installed. You can use that same exact process to get the other side installed. However, that's gonna wrap up my review and install. For more videos and products like this, check us out at ExtremeTerrain.com.